Hey, good evening, guys. Without wasting much of our time at all, we'll be doing analysis tonight. We'll be running on analysis tonight. I had intentions of taking us through something else entirely, but get us Bisha. So we'll be doing our first analysis on Euro GPY. I'm not sure I've ever opened this pair before, but let's see what we can do. Euro GPY. I doubt. I'm not sure I've ever opened it before. Euro JPY. Euro Japanese yen. Euro Japanese yen. Okay, let's use FX yen. Great. Great. Okay, like our usual habit for analysis, we'll be doing a top to down analysis. I think this should not be strange to anyone by now. Top to down analysis. So I would be starting my analysis preferably from daily time frame. From the daily time frame. Uh, okay. I'll be using supports and resistance. We'll be looking at the trend generally. Right now, without much confusion, the trend is an uptrend. It's very, very obvious. It started from here going down. As far back as I can see in 2018, it started falling in 2018 and it fell down until 2020 and it broke the very last, what was it called now? Last lower high here in 2020. It retraced back in 2020 and it made its first higher high still in August 2020, retraced back. This is what I mean. Doing analysis should really not be an issue for us by now, but notwithstanding, this is a downtrend. This is the downtrend. This is the downtrend. That was in 2019. That was in 2019. Let me change the color to red to symbolize downtrend. Then it went, it's made a temporary uptrend here. Uptrend has stopped here. I'll represent this with green. I hope we are all following. I hope we are all following. Then it's made another downtrend here. And this was its final downtrend in May 2020. I'll be representing this with red. Then it's made its first higher high in June 2020. I hope we are following. Please, I hope we are all following. If you have any question, just call me back immediately. So generally now I can say this trend is an uptrend. It's very, very clear. It's very, very clear. Although there's a probability that it might change trend. It might change its general trend soon. Maybe there's a probability that it might change its general trend soon. Because from here now I can cite a double top and this is the neckline. So if it breaks this point, then the trend changes. But I'm not sure it's ready to break this point at all. I'm not sure it's ready to break this Sorry, I don't know why my audio keeps breaking. I don't know why my audio keeps breaking. I believe you can hear me now. I would try monitoring it. Let me just do something. I believe you can all hear me now. I'm trying to see how I can monitor the audio all through, so you don't really have to call me back. Okay, if at all you can't hear me, I think it's best to just unmute yourself and speak quickly. So I think that'll be faster to track. That should be faster to track. Okay.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I don't know what is wrong with my audio. I don't know what is wrong with my audio. I'll be picking the most recent swings. I really don't know what is wrong with my audio. I'll be picking the most recent swings. You can see this point here. This point here. This point is a swing, but it now doubles as a resistance because it tested it here, it's tested it here, and now it respected it here again. That's a very, very strong um that's a very, very strong point. And even from previous, let's see, from previous, probably it might have tested before the back. But not to waste our time, I hope we are all following on this. I hope we are all following on this. I hope we are all following. Okay, please follow closely. I believe you can all still hear me. I believe you can all still hear me. Faith, can you hear me? Okay, let's continue. So now this doubles as what's it called? It's a swing and now a resistance, a very, very strong resistance. Remember, we're talking from the daily now. So whatever resistance you see on the daily must be very powerful. So this is another swing which doubles as a resistance here. And it already has a line here for its lowest point. So now I think I'm good with this. I do not want my charts to be messy. So now I'll just go to 4 hours. Remember, we're trying to break down this rectangle to see the next obvious move. That's why I started picking it from this point where it started falling. You can see this is the breakdown. It was going up, 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 up until it got to this point where we picked on the daily, and now it has started coming down, 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 down. That started coming down. So I'll be removing this rectangle here now, and we want to break just that part, that part down. So now you can see. Let's draw the trend. Let's draw the trend. It started from here, down, up, down, up, down. These things are they are very, very easy to see. Down, up. It's broke it here temporarily. It's ranged for some time. You can see it's ranged for some time here, but it's continued down, up, 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 down, up. So far I can still generally say, from this point of view, I can still say my general trend is still a downtrend. From 4-hour time frame, I can say I'm still running on I can say I'm still running on a downtrend. I can say I'm still running on a downtrend. So I'll be deleting this part. And on this very trade, on this very analysis, we'll be picking a trade and we'll see how well it will come out. So now I'm looking for the most recent again. Now I've seen that this is a general downtrend. I've drawn my support and my resistance line, and you can see how well it respected it here. So now this is a short uptrend, then a downtrend. This is like a pullback. So now I want to break this part down, and I'll go to a lower time frame to see what it represents. There are so many ways of doing your analysis, but this is just one of them. Trading, this is just trading based on trends now. I'm just following the trend here like a fool. I'm just following the trend here like a fool. Let's go to 1 hour. From 1 hour, what can I see from 1 hour? Our rectangle started from here, so I'll be deleting this. From 1 hour, I can see that this was an uptrend. Then it broke this point and it's retraced. Let me draw this thing out so you see. This was an uptrend though. Up, down, up, down, up. And it broke where? Where can we call the last valid lower high now? This point. And you can see how accurate it retraced. This is not magical. Look at the last valid lower high. The last valid lower high. Let me put a rectangle there. I believe we are all still following. I want to put a rectangle at that point. The last valid lower high. I want to place a rectangle there. So from this trade now, look at this. This was the last valid lower high. Then it broke it. It retraced.
I can't hear you.
Are we following? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. It broke the last valid lower high. It broke the last valid lower high here. Sorry about this audio. I really don't know what I can do about it. Probably I'll just change my
Lower
communication.
high or higher low?
Sorry, higher low. It broke the last valid higher low here. It broke it at this very point. This is a break of structure now, and it retraced back to that very zone. So now this now doubles as a supply, a supply and demand zone. Here it was demand, and now it is acting as supply here. a resistance. It was a support here. Now it's acting as a resistance here. We've talked about these things severally. If you can still remember. It's a resistance here now acting as it was a support here rather. Now acting as a resistance here. So now from the general analysis, based on this alone, I can draw my conclusion. Based on what we've done now alone, I can draw my conclusion. So now what will be the conclusion? We'll be picking a sell trade here. I want to draw a risk-reward ratio. I've not taught us risk-reward ratio. Risk-reward ratio is just the ratio of your profit to what you are willing to risk. I'll take that again. A risk-reward ratio is the amount you are willing to risk to your profit. The amount you are willing to risk to your profit. Sorry, I'm looking for the risk-reward ratio. Short position. Let's first of all calculate my stop loss. I would prefer to put my stop loss around here. Yeah, this is our risk reward. Open now. Where this open is, this middle is where you are entering your trade from. So now we'll be entering the trade from here. So I expect everyone to pick a trade on this right now. Pick a sell trade on this. This point is our stop loss, and this would be our take profit. Pick a trade. Since you are running demo, pick a trade of 0.1 or within 0.1 to 0.5. This point should be your stop loss. 129.447 stop loss. I'll be dropping this on the group. So this is what we are looking at. This is what we want to trade. This is just a very simple analysis without putting much things into consideration now. I'll be giving us stop loss and TP. So from here now, what is my risk to reward? Risk to reward ratio is 2.33. That is, you are risking, for instance, you are risking $1 to get $2.33. That's just the meaning of risk reward. That is the ratio, but not in the actual sense now. So I'll be dropping this thing now. Entry, trade, Euro JPY. Euro JPY. Sell at the very price. Sell as price mark. Stop loss. What are we picking to be our stop loss? 129.426. Then our TP. One to eight, take profit now. TP 128.716. This is just a simple what was it called? This is just a simple analysis. Without putting much things into consideration. Now you are just following the trend like a fool, and let's see what this will play out. Would follow it down until it hits our TP, or if I had to trail stop loss, I would let us know when to trail stop loss. This is just a very simple analysis without putting much things into consideration. So we just did a little analysis from the daily down to our 4 hours, and we drew our conclusion on 1 hour. I've dropped the trade on the group. I expect every one of us to pick the trade. So I would also be picking the trade from my own points here on my demo account. Euro JPY. I would also be picking the trade here from my demo account. Please, if you are done picking the trade, just write done on the group. Just done on the group, so I will know you are following. If you have any issues, please let me know. If you have any issues, let me know. If you have any issues, please let me know. Okay. So now we just did a simple analysis on Euro JPY. So let's see the turnout. Let's see the turnout of what we did, and hopefully it comes out well, which I believe it will, because this is currency pair. Currency pair is not as difficult as running your analysis on synthetic. It's not as difficult as running your analysis on synthetic. I do my analysis basically on synthetic and I train basically on synthetic because I want to have a rugged knowledge of it. I want to have a rugged knowledge of trading, which would really help you. So based on this now, we would be leaving this pair for now. Although I might have loved us to break it further, which I think we should even do, which I think we should do. So let me delete this risk reward, and I'll just be picking this pullback. Since we've picked our general trade to be a downtrend, I'll be picking this now. Since we are placing a sell, I'll be picking this to see what would happen. I'll be picking this now to see what will happen. So I just want to draw my analysis based on this. Let's say I did not pick the trade. I still wanted to be very, very careful with precision and accuracy and all. So I just want to do a breakdown of this part alone. I want to do a breakdown of this part alone. Let me change the color to let's say green. Yep. Green. So we want to do the analysis of the green part. So now to be very accurate and to have a very sharp entry, I think I would love to go to 15 minutes. I would love to go to 15 minutes. Let's see what will happen on 15 minutes. This is just a simple analysis without too much things into consideration, without you using news, without using swing points, without using Fibonacci.